At North Sydney Boys, we are passionate about keeping our school green and environmentally friendly. This is why, in 2011, we decided to improve the state of our garden beds, rather than undertake a new project. Our aim was to make our garden beds visually appealing, encourage native plant growth, and most importantly, increase overall biodiversity. At the beginning of our project, we were faced with a whole array of exotic weeds and plant species. These exotic plants were taking up valuable resources such as water, light, and nutrients from the soil, and were decreasing biodiversity, some of which include climbing asparagus, Japanese honeysuckle, and ahata. To assist us with our project, we enlisted the help of Andrew Scott, the Bush Care Officer from North Sydney Council. He provided us with information that proved to be invaluable.
So we're here today to talk to the Bush Care Officer for North Sydney Council, Andrew. Andrew, it's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
So, first I'd just like to ask you about the current state of the garden bed.
At the moment there are weeds infiltrating the garden and they're outcompeting the native plants.
Okay, so why are these weeds bad for the environment?
Exotic plants tend to be more vigorous in altered environments where their soil's been enriched, and they outcompete native plants for sunlight and therefore kill them and decrease biodiversity.
Okay, so what kind of plants can we plant over here to increase this biodiversity?
We can plant a structured garden with grasses and shrubs and trees, which would help create some habitat for animals and increase biodiversity that way. But before we create the garden, we would have to control the weeds. We'd have to hand pull the weeds or spray the weeds with a herbicide, and then mulch the ground to stop any of the seed from the weeds germinating.
Okay. So can other schools undertake this kind of action as easily?
Sure they can. And you could easily work with other schools on similar projects or together, and you could use footage like this on YouTube to show the work you're doing.
Okay, that's very nice of you, Andrew. So that is Andrew, the Bush Care Officer for North Sydney Council. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
After our initial briefing with Andrew, he was generous enough to tour us around the garden, helping us differentiate between weeds and natives, providing us with advice for planting new species, as well as teaching us safe and efficient weeding technique.
There's garden, and in the bushland where it matters more, where it's a natural area, it'll outcompete other plants, and that means it'll take away homes for animals and that type of. So maybe that's an angle you might think about. Maybe bush regeneration and
Not only did we talk to Andrew, but we also chose a student, Daniel Kao of Year 11, the leader of biodiversity, to inform us about the student involvement in regards to the project.
That knowledge, hopefully, to their own homes and maybe to even other people, so that we all know what steps are needed to look after the environment and to maintain it.
With all the guys now brimming with knowledge and eager to get their hands dirty, the overwhelming task of removing the weeds still remained. After numerous, well-spent Friday afternoons and consistent advice from Andrew, the harmful weeds had been controlled. We understand maintenance is no easy task, but the strong commitment shown by the guys will ensure the long-term success of the project. Not only has it been a successful project in our school community, but as a group, we hope it will be an inspiration for schools around Australia to also undertake a similar project.